Hey everyone, welcome back to EPT. Today, we're talking about something that I'm sure many of us have pondered. Our dream jobs. You know, those big, wild, and sometimes hilarious ideas we had as kids about what we wanted to be when we grew up.
Oh, definitely. I think every kid has their dream job, whether it's being an astronaut, a famous singer, or, in my case, a professional clown. Yes, I said it. I had a brief but intense phase where I was determined to make a living out of juggling pies and making balloon animals.
A clown, huh? I didn't know that was a career path you were interested in, but hey, at least you were aiming for something that'd make everyone laugh. But professional clown? Really?
Hey, don't knock it till you try it. I'm still convinced my balloon animal skills could have taken me places. But yeah, I went through a lot of job phases. One day, I wanted to be a zookeeper. The next, a chef. And then, of course, I had my astronaut phase too.
I love how you were exploring all these careers. It's like you were preparing for every possible scenario. As for me, I had my fair share of childhood ambitions too. For a while, I was set on becoming a paleontologist. I was obsessed with dinosaurs, reading books about them and even watching documentaries. Then I went through the skateboarder phase, thinking I was going to become the next Tony Hawk. And then there was the astronaut phase, of course.
Ah, so you were planning to conquer the Earth and the stars at the same time? That's pretty ambitious. I think that's the beauty of childhood dreams. We truly believe anything is possible. But let's be real. We didn't think about things like paying bills or the reality of having to, be responsible at that age.
Right? When we're kids, everything feels possible. I don't think we even understood what it meant to have a career. For me, I couldn't see how those big ideas could actually translate into something real, something you can do every day to make a living.
Exactly. And the funny thing is, most of us don't become exactly what we thought we would when we were kids. I mean, I'm definitely not in a circus, and you're not out there digging for dinosaur bones.
True. But here's the thing. I don't think that means we've failed in any way. I think we're just living in a different version of what we imagined. Sure, it's not exactly what we wanted, but I bet there are pieces of our childhood dreams still inside us today.
Hmm, that's an interesting perspective. Like, I didn't become a chef, but I still love cooking. And I still find a lot of joy in preparing meals for my family and friends. That was a passion I had back then, and it still shows up in little ways today. It's just not my career, you know?
Right. And I never became a paleontologist, but I'm still fascinated by history, nature, and the past. I may not be in a lab with fossils, but my curiosity about the world around me never really went away. So, I think it's more about the essence of those dreams rather than the specific job.
I completely agree with you. It's the curiosity, the creativity, the passion that we had as kids. It doesn't just disappear. It shows up in other parts of our lives. But I do wonder, sometimes, do you ever feel like you missed out on following those dreams? Like, what if we had really chased them? Would our lives have turned out differently?
Oh, absolutely. There are moments when I wonder what it would have been like to pursue those childhood dreams. Maybe I would have gone to school for paleontology or made a living doing something more creative. But I think there's also a certain beauty in the path I've taken. Even if it wasn't what I imagined, it's still fulfilling in its own way.
That's fair. I think life has a way of guiding us in unexpected directions. We might not always end up where we think we should, but that doesn't mean we didn't learn something valuable along the way. And sometimes it feels like we're exactly where we need to be.
Yeah. And maybe the real question is, did we really need to become astronauts or paleontologists to feel like we'd succeeded? Or did those dreams just shape the type of person we are now?
Oh, that's a good question. It's almost like the dream job we had as kids wasn't as much about the job itself, but more about the qualities we wanted to express, whether that's adventure, creativity, or exploration. And now, maybe we express those things in different ways.
Exactly. As kids, we didn't have to worry about the practical side of things. What will make money? Or how will I survive? It was all about following what we enjoyed. And now, as adults, we've had to blend that with reality. But I don't think that means we should throw away those dreams. Maybe they just take on a new form.
I think we can still hold on to those pieces of ourselves, no matter what our jobs are. It might not be the career we imagined, but we can still incorporate those childhood passions into our lives. Like, we might not be traveling to space, but we can still keep exploring new things and pushing our boundaries.
I love that idea. Maybe, in a way, our childhood dreams weren't meant to be the actual careers we had. Maybe they were meant to be a guide, to show us what we valued and what excited us. And, if we stay connected to that spark, maybe we're still fulfilling that dream in some way.
Exactly. And even if we're not doing the job we imagined, we can find little ways to keep those dreams alive. I mean, I don't clown around for a living, but I still find moments to bring joy to others in unexpected ways.
And I don't dig for fossils, but I still have that curiosity about the world, and that drives me every day. It might not look the same as it did when I was a kid, but it's still there, and it's still important.
You know, it's funny. I think sometimes we forget how much those childhood passions shaped us. As we get older, we get bogged down with responsibilities in adult life, but maybe we need to reconnect with those dreams. Not necessarily to follow them exactly, but to remember what made us excited in the first place.
I couldn't agree more. So, to everyone listening, don't feel like your childhood dreams are lost. You're not alone if you didn't end up being an astronaut or a paleontologist, but maybe your current job, whatever it is, still connects with what those dreams were really about, and it's okay if that's not the perfect dream job you thought about as a kid.
Right. It's about staying open to those sparks of passion, even in unexpected places. Life might not be what you imagined, but that doesn't mean it's any less meaningful. Sometimes we just need to reframe how we see things.
Exactly. So, no matter where you ended up, remember, there's always a part of your childhood dream inside you. And who knows? Maybe you'll get a chance to revisit it later in life, in ways you never expected.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us today on EPT. Keep dreaming, keep exploring, and remember, it's never too late to rediscover that spark.
Catch you next time, everyone. Stay curious.